Hello, dear ones. I was guided to do this particular channeling today. It's been coming through for the past couple of days, and I attempted to write it, but it's way beyond my ability to write so much. So I'm just going to channel these messages that have been coming through, and I'm going to do my best to create a beautiful, higher, sacred toning in the background with my beautiful crystal bowl. She is actually tuned to the heart. And then I will be using tuning forks as well. And of course, my beautiful gong, Matilda. And I do not have high-end recording equipment. This is just a digital recorder. So enjoy the sounds. Know that underneath all of this is a very powerful high-frequency transmission of ascension during this time. There were some powerful messages that have been coming to me about this whole experience we're having in the world right now with COVID-19, Coronavirus Disease 2019, that's its full name. And there's some interesting symbology around its name, its numerology and astrology. So I'm going to be sharing something about that that's going to help you shift in your understanding of what's actually going on. I woke up this morning in stunned awe as all this information finally coalesced in me, and I finally saw the bigger picture. I was just, I don't even know what to say. My jaw was hanging open, and I was like, whoa, wow, wow, wow. Never cease to be amazed by divinity. So we're going to begin with some sounds to call in our beautiful heart energy. And just breathe in. Allow your heart to open, closing your eyes. Dropping deeper in to your heart space. And really listening underneath the message to the vibration. The vibration of truth. Opening your spiritual eyes to see what is actually going on right now. And attuning to the higher frequencies of love and light and peace and oneness and unity and wholeness. Taking some slow, deep breaths. Be open to receiving the deepest messages, transmissions, activations of light frequencies that your body, your mind, your spirit is able to absorb at this time. Know that the messages I am sending to you, there are coded pieces of information, I am told, that there are no words for that are in this transmission. So listening to this transmission as many times as you feel guided so that you can receive the deepest levels of this transmission at your unconscious, subconscious level. All of the tones that I'm being guided to play are tones that will assist in the shifting of the cellular structure, the DNA structure in your body. If we were able to gather at this time, I would have you all here for a massive gong experience. But instead, we're going to experience this shift with high-frequency sound and word transmissions in this way, in the comfort of your own home, allowing yourself to just relax and be. Again, continue to take long, deep breaths, letting the tones wash over you. Knowing that your brain can pick up sound vibrations, even at levels that you're not able to actually consciously hear. I will be sharing moments of silence as the sounds integrate, as you integrate the information, the energy. It's okay if you don't agree with some of the information that's coming through. Just know that that's only a resistance, and be in awareness of it, going, interesting, I'm noticing some resistance. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm only here as a messenger to share the messages and the awarenesses that have been coming through. And I guarantee you I'm not the only one in this energy space that's hearing these messages. If you want validation and confirmation, ask the universe to bring you validation and confirmation of anything that is shared in this audio. So let us begin by understanding what this thing we call a virus actually is. So if we look at the meaning of the name and its numerology, it's quite fascinating. It is no mistake the different letters and the numbers involved in this particular situation we're in right now. And it's actually not a bad situation, even though it may appear that way based on how it's being portrayed by the media, etc. And I understand that when people get ill, it doesn't feel good in the body. But the truth is, this is not an actual illness in the way we humans think of it. This particular virus is actually an ascension symptom, because this particular virus is here to actually help us awaken and ascend as a humanity, as humans, and as a planet. And we're already seeing actual proof of that through some of the different beautiful postings that are happening in the social media world. So it's just a matter of saying, universe, show me. Show me the positive blessings of all of this. So first we have to do a mind shift, a perspective shift, a reframe of what's actually going on. So what does the word corona mean? It means crown of light. So I invite you, instead of saying coronavirus, you're going to say the crown of light virus, because that's exactly what it is. It is a crown of light that is being bestowed on the planet to be able to help us wake up and shift how we have been. So those who study astrology and numerology together are beginning to decode the actual meaning of the letters in this disease. And interestingly, here's what it means. It means materialism taking over spiritual nature. So the message is that in our material ways, we're destroying nature, spirit, the spirit of nature. Other meanings coded into the name of this disease is it means actually healthy, it means rest, it means healing. Some other important things to know is that when you look at the number 19, it means the Prince of Peace. So if we step back from the way lower 3D world is defining this and look at it from spiritual eyes, what we see is a crown of light being bestowed on the earth. And this crown of light is ushering in a time of peace. the 2020s moving forward, we know that all of those numbers, the twos, it means harmony. It means balance. So we're having to come into harmony and balance with this new decade. So of course it makes sense that the very beginning, literally the very beginning of this decade, what is being bestowed on us but a purging process. We're being crowned with light. So what does that mean? So we understand, based on advanced science, that when large photonic waves of light enter our body, it creates a purging process. So this particular virus, this crown of light virus, is actually helping to open up your actual physical body to more light and purging out the past and all of the past coding that is stuck in the Piscean age, that is stuck in the age of materialism, where we are not in conscious relationship with nature and the planet. So it is helping us to awaken to the choices we've been making, clear and purge those out, purge those deep-set unconscious patternings and programmings within us, purge them out so that we can move forward in balance and harmony, not just with our own selves and our bodies, but with humanity, with others, with other humans, with other countries, with other governments, with other systems, and of course in harmony and balance with nature. So I want everybody to breathe in that transmission. This so-called virus is not bad news at all. It is actually a crown of light gift that we are being given, and we need to see it that way. The virus itself, my guides are telling me, is actually not deadly. In fact, science is showing that it's actually a relatively mild virus. The only reason it's deadly is the belief systems a person is holding who ends up with the symptoms. So if you end up with these symptoms and you go into panic and fear and think you're going to die, you send those messages to your body, and your body thinks, oh no, I'm going to die. I have some kind of terrible disease that's not able to be healed. And so then your body responds to that belief. This is old news. We've known the power of belief for over 3 or 4 decades now. We know that, actually it's longer than that. We've known since the turn of the century and even in the 1800s that beliefs create. So this is about looking at what are your beliefs about what's going on right now, moving into a higher truth of what's actually going on, looking at this from a spiritual higher vantage point, that we are all being asked to release and purge out the past. And here's what's really interesting. A lot of us in the light worker world, who are those who've been called to do this higher energetic spiritual work in the metaphysical fields and the spiritual fields, many of us have had memories in the past decade of getting very ill. And the message I was given was that many of us already had this quote-unquote ascension virus years ago, before the planet got it, so that we would be in a place to hold higher light while the rest of humanity goes through it. And the truth is, no one has to die from this virus. It is actually not here as an enemy. It is here as a gift of light to purge out what's in the body that does not serve. It's actually changing the physical structure of the body so that we hold more light, so that we hold more God consciousness in our bodies. That's what ascension is all about. It's about literally being able to be a powerful 100% spiritual being, fully linked into the physical body, so that there's no separation between our physical selves and God. Basically, God living in our bodies. And so the Crown of Light virus has come to assist us in that process of ascension, so that we can move into this golden age with peace and harmony and balance and prosperity. This isn't here to harm us. We must shift our thinking. We must shift our perspective. We must step out of any fear. We must really look at this experience as something that is truly a blessing of light. And if everyone can see it that way, guess what? The whole epidemic will literally disappear very quickly. The minute all of humanity sees the truth of what's actually going on, people who think they're sick, all of a sudden their symptoms will go away because they now realize, oh, my body's just changing to hold more light. And I'm being asked to look at my past and let it go. All my past habits that don't serve, all the ways I live an unbalanced life, all the ways I don't live in harmony with nature, with myself, with others, all the ways that I make decisions that don't align with harmony and balance and peace. So it's actually helping souls to look at that. And yes, some souls are dying and will die. And this is the message I keep getting about that. It is an act of love for some souls to leave the planet through this epidemic. They chose that. It was something that their souls chose before they came to the earth. This was their gift of love to us. So all those who are getting ill, love them because it is an act of love. And the truth is, many of them, they're not actually ill. They are just showing symptoms of this shift in their bodies to hold more light. And once they realize that that's what's actually happening, they won't feel ill. The symptoms will begin to lessen, and they'll just shift easily and with grace. So it's about holding a vision that everyone shifts into a higher state of grace and just receives the higher light without needing to go through any major symptoms, especially not symptoms that would create illness so dire that your body would have to die. Of course, the souls aren't dying. They continue on into all the worlds of God. But their bodies will die. So just know it's a choice right now for many souls. Some are choosing to exit the planet this way as an act of love. As an act of love. So we have to see this whole experience as literally an act of love. A huge, huge act of love. Now, can we understand this all and make sense of it and put it into some logical order? No. It's best we not even attempt that because our limited logical minds cannot understand that. Cannot understand the greater plan of peace that divine source has for us. We are only being given bits and pieces at a time to understand. And this was a little tiny bit and piece I was given, which is bringing me such hope and joy and realization that even if you do end up with symptoms or family members end up with symptoms, just love them and thank their souls for being willing to go through the ascension process to awaken, and their bodies being able to just surrender to this crown of light energy in their body that's wanting to open them to more light so that they can bring more of God into their bodies, more of God consciousness. That's what holding light is. It's about holding higher consciousness, holding a higher truth, so that we live on this earth plane from a place of higher truth and we don't keep creating these untruths in the world, these epidemics, these, diseases. We can live in a higher place of health and wholeness because that's what this earth was created for. A higher, beautiful paradise. We're being asked to be heaven on earth. We're being asked that. To be heaven on earth. And the only way we as humans can be heaven on earth is to allow more light, more God consciousness light into our bodies so that we function from the place of our spiritual truth, our spiritual beingness, and not this lower human animal nature of ours that hasn't been serving. The animal nature is all about survival. The animal nature in us is all about taking what you can get and killing at any cost so that you can survive. that is not who we are. We're spiritual beings. Yes, we're in a physical body, but our physical bodies do not have to behave and act and think like animals, like a lower species. We're a highest species of spiritual light, and we have not been behaving like that with ourselves and with others and with this planet. So the message right now is to understand that we are being crowned with light. Peace is upon us. We have to bring that into our hearts and actually open our spiritual eyes and see the actual truth. Like, oh, this is what's actually going on. You can either perceive this from a place of deep, dark negativity and fear, or you can perceive this from a place of your spiritual eyes, seeing the awe and the miraculousness and the beauty of how it's changing our earth and people in powerful ways. It truly is a time of absolute, for me, spiritual awe of seeing how divine works sometimes. But our perception is what's making it negative. So this is about shifting any negative perspective you have. Shifting any negative perspective you have. And instead, asking Divine Source, Mother, Father, God, Spirit, show me the light in this. Uplift my spirit, elevate me to see the truth, the bigger truth of all of this. Release in me any fear I'm holding in any cell of my body, in my belief systems, in my mind. Purge me with your divine light of grace, of all that is not in alignment with the truth of oneness and unity. Align me, divine. Align me to that light. Allow me to be God consciousness walking on this planet. I hold a higher love vibration and compassion for all the souls who at this time are going through this purging ascension process with this crown of light virus that is ushering in a time of balance and harmony and peace. We're already experiencing it right now through slowing down, through pausing, through allowing ourselves to pivot our lives in a new direction that's going to serve us better. So instead of looking at it with fear, we can say, wow, look at the opportunity. The whole earth, every human is being given. Look at the opportunity every country is being given. Look at the opportunity every system is being given to make massive change for the better. And these changes can happen quickly. I mean, look at how things have had to change so quickly because of the way people have been perceiving this crown of light virus, right? So we can shift very quickly, actually. We can. When we need to, we can. Because we're divine beings, and when we allow God consciousness to flow through us, we can do miraculous things. So literally, miracles are happening. Bigger miracles are waiting to happen. It's a matter of inviting those miracles in. This particular epidemic can disappear as quickly as it came when we start to see that it's not a negative thing. It's not a negative epidemic that's going to wipe off the planet. We have to let that go. And we have to move into what this really is. It is literally a wave of light, a crown of light being placed on all of humanity to help us pause and take a look at our choices, our thoughts, our beliefs, and make changes that actually support us. Make changes where we are truly self-loving to ourselves as a humanity and loving to nature and the earth that has been so harmed and wounded and damaged by us. This is why we've been asked to stop. We've been asked to stop. All of the world has been asked to slow down so that we can look at what we've done, so that we can give nature a chance to breathe. Nature gets the chance to take a big inhale and just rest and begin to heal herself. Feel Mother Gaia. She's calling all of us to just take a long, deep inhale and a long, deep exhale. And just pause at the bottom of that exhale. Just pause. Breathe with Mother Earth. She breathes long and slow. Breathe with her long and slow. Long, deep breaths. Long, deep breaths. Inhale with her. Exhale with her. Move into the balance and the rhythm of Mother Earth. We have gotten so out of attunement with nature. This is why so many are ill. So many people's bodies are suffering. We have not slowed down to be in attunement with Mother Nature. We just have to breathe with her. Feel her long, powerful heartbeat and allow her powerful heartbeat to help us feel safe and held and loved. Nature loves us if we allow nature to love us. Mother Earth loves us. We are the ones poisoning ourselves. We are the ones making ourselves ill. We are the ones that, on a higher consciousness level, created this virus, actually, so that we could shift. We've created the solution. And it's this pause. It's this resetting. It's this looking at the choices we've made out of unconsciousness, out of being in our animal selves instead of our higher spiritual selves. Because in our higher spiritual state, we would never make some of the decisions we've made concerning nature and Mother Earth. We would never choose a couple of dollars over human lives. And that's what humanity has been doing, choosing dollars over human lives. Choosing dollars over nature. Really? Have we gone that dark as a humanity that we would choose paper with people's faces on it as more valuable than nature and humans and human life? Yes, that's what we've done. So yes, we do need a pause. Yes, we do need to stop. Yes, we do need to look at our systems and create new ones that are built on a higher consciousness level. A level that includes God consciousness truth. Not on the level of survival and animal behavior. Not on that level. Because on that level, people suffer. On that level, people die. On that level, there is only misery and challenges. And we are being asked to step into the golden age of Aquarius. And in the golden age of Aquarius, there is flow, prosperity, freedom, life, blessings, love, health, wholeness, unity, joy, happiness. This is what's coming in as we purge out the old. Literally, another meaning for this disease, or what we call this dis-ease, because it is a dis-ease on the planet right now, it actually is a bridge. So if you look at the numerology more deeply, the actual letters and words of coronavirus disease 2019, it's actually letting go of the 1900s. It's a bridge between the Piscean age and the Aquarian age. It's mind-blowing to see the beautiful symbology that is going on right now. When you look at its letters, its numerology, the astrology that it's in, when this particular virus came onto the planet, and how all of that has been actually mapped out with the astrology right now. It's just unbelievable. And there's people out there, you can search them online, talking about this, who are experts in that area. But we are literally purging out through this quote-unquote epidemic. We are purging out the 1900s. And isn't it interesting that only, or not only, but that mainly older people are the ones that are more susceptible? Because they're holding more of the old programming of the 1900s. So they're the ones that need to be purged more so than the younger ones. These younger souls coming to the earth, most of them are quite immune to this dis-ease because they don't have a lot of that programming. They're coming at a different time. They're coming in the 2000s, not in the 1900s. So I just find some really interesting symbolism here. Does that mean people that are older need to die? Of course not. What it means is that they're just holding more of the old coding and programming of the 1900s that needs to be purged out. This is why they seem to be appearing to get more ill. But if they understand that this is just an ascension process of letting go of their past, many of them could heal quite quickly. This is the messages that I have been getting. They have been profound, and I've been a bit hesitant to share them because they're a little out there. They're definitely a different perspective, but I know that when I get huge downloads like this, it's because there's people out there that need to hear this, that need to know the truth. And of course, the truth can be reacted to in all kinds of interesting ways. So if you are feeling resistance to any of this, just breathe. I'm not asking you to believe it. I'm just sending the transmission out into the world. Those who need to hear it so that something deep inside will shift in them, great. Know that by receiving this transmission, you're receiving an immunity. Think of this as an immunity booster shot, because by you aligning to this higher truth of what's actually going on, you don't have to go through that dis-ease. You don't have to invite that in. You can consciously decide, I'm ready to let go of the 1900s. I'm ready to let go of my past. I'm ready to purge out old programming, old habits, old ways that my family system behaved that really didn't serve, ways that we were selfish, ways that we behaved very animalistically around survival instead of around balance, love, and harmony. I'm ready to step into that new world, that new heaven on earth. That's what I'm ready for. So just know that there's a powerful vibration of immunity in this recording. So listen to it as often as you need to. Go to sleep to it. Allow yourself to receive deeply the deeper transmissions that are here. You don't need to agree with any of it. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. All I am doing is being the messenger of that light and that truth, and holding this higher truth and light for the planet. And I would invite all of you to begin calling it the Crown of Light virus. In fact, I don't even like the word virus. It's the Crown of Light shift that we're going through right now. Allow yourself to really move into a higher, peaceful, blessed perspective on all this. And if you're able to do that, if thousands and thousands of us are able to do that, this will shift quickly, and we will move into the new earth and behave in new, more balanced ways. New systems will quickly be put into place that actually serve us and serve nature and help us to be more loving human beings to each other. Isn't it interesting that all of a sudden, when the whole world is being affected by this crown of light, how all of a sudden we don't hear about these political issues and all of these, things going on in different parts of the world where they're not getting along. All of a sudden, we're getting along. All of a sudden, those political differences don't make a difference anymore. Because we're feeling our unity. We're feeling our oneness, our collectiveness as a species. And we're realizing what's actually important. So, my God, what a blessing. I'm in awe that I am living at this time. I am in such awe. The human part of me. The spiritual soul part of me, just like the rest of you who are listening to this, we all decided to come to the planet at this time because we knew there would be some exciting times to live through. And we could say one of these days in eternity, I was there. Yep, I was there. And we'd be telling all of our soul friends in other universes whenever we pass on to wherever we go, yeah, I was there. Yeah, man, you were there? Yeah, I was. It was amazing. So just know that we're collecting some amazing stories to tell in eternity as souls because we decided to be here at this time. Every single soul, I don't care what your opinion of them or how they behave or how they look on the earth plane, every single soul that chooses to come at this time is powerful, is filled with light. They may not know it. They may have forgotten their truth. But the truth is only the most enlightened, powerful, courageous souls have decided to come onto the planet at this time because a lot was going to be going on. So just know that if you are here and you are listening to this transmission, you are one of those powerful, creative, conscious, courageous, brave souls who said, yeah, I want to be there. I want to see this. I want to watch this. A lot of other beings in the universes are jealous. I'm not kidding. I know that sounds crazy, but they are. They're like, wow, I should have chosen to be there, but, I missed my chance. We did not. We said yes. We are living in very divine times. We literally are living in the day of God. So I want everyone to just take some long, deep breaths in. Choose today to be crowned with the light of peace, balance, harmony. Choose to live your life that way. Make the changes you need to make in your life so that your life is more balanced and more filled with harmony, so that your family life is more balanced and filled with harmony, so that your work life is filled with more balance and with more harmony. Make those choices consciously. Let the light in. Let it change the internal structures within your body. And allow yourself to step into this new light. A new earth is here. Please, I invite you, join so many of the rest of us in this new earth, this heaven on earth, this higher consciousness that wants to be held in our bodies. God is wanting to come down and flow through you, through your consciousness, so that you can be an expressed, higher, divine, spiritual being of light. Allow it. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. With love and light, dear ones, thank you for listening. Thank you for receiving this transmission. May you be blessed. May you be blessed. May you be blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done.